if you are young and healthy, I would encourage you to sign up as a donor so that you not only save a life, you also save a family. Okay, I'll say again. So, I'm Chandini from the Bone Marrow Donor Program. So BMDP provides hope for the patients with leukemia and other blood diseases by being connected to a global database of bone marrow donors. So what we do is that we are connected to a global database where we can actually find donors from wherever they are in the world for a patient who needs a transplant. I've been in this field for the past 5.5 years. I work for the Search and Transplant Services team. So I work with hospitals, I talk to patients, and anywhere where patients and doctors are from. So there's another team, donor management team, where they manage donors, BMDP donors, and hold their hand through from the time they are found to be a potential match until they donate. So on our side, we coordinate the whole process from a patient's angle. The other team coordinates everything from the donor's angle. One thing that we can't mix up is the donor and patient confidentiality. So that's why we work on separate teams. What I do on a day-to-day basis is we get the search request from the transplant center. Our team works with the local hospitals in Singapore where we get about 60 search requests a month. And at any one time, 50 patients are actually waiting for a matching donor on this database. So we also speak with patients and their families regarding our search process and also our subsidy schemes that we offer. One big challenge that we face is actually finding a local donor for every patient that we get a search request for. Many patients, especially the minority patients like Indians and Malays, are not able to find a matching local donor in Singapore, which will then result in them having to find a donor outside of Singapore in other countries. They also know that our work as a middle person is very challenging because we are faced with the registers, the donors from the other side of the world where we have not met them or communicated with them, but we are asking them of a favor because, as you know, they all are volunteers. One important thing to note is that the stem cells once collected from the donor has to be infused into the patient within 72 hours, because once the product is taken out from the donor, the viability or the liveliness of the stem cells actually start dropping. So because of the time difference and all of that, sometimes we have to keep vigil like at 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. or something like that to ensure that the product is being transported without any problems. There's a kind of personal satisfaction when you know that you play a part in the patient and their family having a second shot at life. And when the patients write a card to their donors, or when a patient-donor meet happens, it's really heartwarming to see that. Yeah, that's what keeps me going. Of course, I would encourage as many local Singaporeans as possible to sign up as a donor so that to increase the chances of a patient finding a match in Singapore. For a patient who's looking for a bone marrow donor, time is not on their side. So I would encourage anyone who is young and healthy to actually sign up to be a bone marrow donor so that you don't only save a life but you save a family as well. No one is getting paid for this, it's entirely voluntary. So a donor signs up as a volunteer, and at any time if they're called up as a donor, we respect their wishes and no one is forced to donate. Actually, they don't know of the subsidies and schemes that we actually provide to patients, and almost every local Singaporean patient has been subsidized by BMDP for the services that they've gone through with us. But I hope that in the future, every patient will be able to find a local donor, and we will continue helping patients to reach that.